We often think the whole journey to a healthy family starts right when you see that positive pregnancy test. But what if I told you the most important work actually starts way before that? It's all about creating the right blueprint, laying down those foundational building blocks for the future well in advance. So let this idea sink in for a minute. What if the blueprint for a healthy baby is really drawn before conception ever happens? Seriously, thinking about it this way kind of changes everything, doesn't it? It shifts our whole focus away from just the 9 months of pregnancy to the crucial months, maybe even years, leading up to it.
So, here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll kick things off with the absolute foundation for health. Then, we're going to get really specific about fueling for fertility, and that's for both partners. After that, we'll look at the huge role movement plays, and then, at the end, we'll pull it all together so you have your plan for a healthy start.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the fundamentals. I want you to think of diet and physical activity as the totally non-negotiable building blocks. These aren't just, good ideas. They are absolutely essential for creating the right environment for a successful pregnancy to happen. And just to be crystal clear, this isn't some nice, fuzzy idea. The science on this is solid. What you eat and how you move have a direct, measurable impact on everything from the quality of eggs and sperm to the baby's development and, of course, the mother's health through the entire journey. All right, now let's talk about fuel. What exactly should you be putting in your body? We're going to take a closer look at the macros, your carbs, proteins, and fats, and the micros, all those important vitamins and minerals that literally power up your reproductive health. Now, this right here is a really critical distinction to make. Not all carbs are created equal. Not at all. Think of the slow-burning, complex carbs from things like whole grains as your best friend. They give you steady energy and help regulate blood sugar, which is so important for fertility. On the other hand, refined sugars and processed junk, they cause these sharp insulin spikes that can directly mess with the hormonal balance you need for ovulation. The choice really makes a huge difference. And you know what? It's pretty much the same story when we look at proteins and fats. Getting high-quality protein from sources like fish and legumes is vital for embryo development. But eating too much processed meat can actually do the opposite. And it's the same with fats. Healthy fats like omega-3s are amazing for regulating hormones, while trans fats are a definite enemy you want to avoid.
Okay, if you're going to remember just one number from all this, please make it this one: 400 to 600 micrograms. That is the daily goal for folic acid, which is also known as vitamin B9. So why is this one so important? Well, this single nutrient is a superhero. It's proven to be absolutely vital for preventing serious birth defects of the brain and spine, especially in those first few critical days of pregnancy. And folic acid isn't working alone. It's got a whole team. As you can see, iron is key for preventing things like anemia. Calcium and vitamin D are literally building your baby's skeleton from scratch. And zinc is essential for making sure the egg matures properly. It's a really powerful combination.
And hey, let's not forget the simplest ingredient of all, water. It's easy to overlook, but staying hydrated is fundamental for literally everything. From how your hormones function to maintaining healthy amniotic fluid levels, it's such a simple habit, but an incredibly important one.
Okay, let's pivot here, because this is absolutely a team sport. For way too long, all the focus has been on the woman, but the science is totally clear on this. The partner's health and lifestyle are just as critical to the outcome.
And guess what? The same nutritional rules pretty much apply here. You see those key players again, like zinc, which is a powerhouse for testosterone. Then you have antioxidants like vitamin C and E that act like little bodyguards, protecting sperm from damage. And yep, look who's back, folate. It shows up again because it's crucial for reducing the risk of chromosomal problems in the sperm's genetic code.
When it comes to exercise for men, it is all about balance. Moderate activity is fantastic, great for supporting healthy hormone levels. But, and this is a big but, pushing it too far into excessive, super high-intensity training can actually backfire, and it could lower both testosterone and sperm count. So moderation really is the name of the game.
So what are the big things to avoid? Well, here are the major culprits. Things like smoking, too much alcohol, environmental toxins, and even prolonged heat from saunas or hot tubs. All of these can directly hurt sperm production and quality. The good news? These are all clear, actionable things that partners can control.
Okay, let's turn our attention back to physical activity now and really focus on finding that perfect sweet spot, that right balance of movement both before and during pregnancy.
So, why is staying active so incredibly important? Well, the benefits are just massive. It improves your heart health, it lowers the risk of complications like gestational diabetes, it's a huge mood booster, and it builds strength for what is basically the marathon of labor, all while helping you recover faster afterward. What's not to love?
Here's another key number I want you to tuck away. 150 minutes. That is the weekly minimum for moderate intensity activity, and that recommendation comes straight from the World Health Organization. It's a totally achievable goal that pays off in huge ways for both mom and baby.
So what does that 150 minutes actually look like? Well, it's all about the mix. We're talking about some gentle aerobics like walking or swimming, a bit of light strength training, some activities for flexibility like prenatal yoga, and of course, those all-important pelvic floor exercises.
And here are the simple do's and don'ts. The focus should always be on low-impact, stable activities. Look, this is not the time to be setting new personal records. It's about feeling good and staying strong. Anything with a high risk of impact or falls is just off the table. It's that simple.
All right, let's bring this all home now. We've covered a lot of ground, so let's boil it all down into one cohesive, easy-to-understand blueprint for your healthy start.
So, when you get right down to it, it all comes back to these 3 pillars. Number 1, fueling your body with a nutrient-rich diet. Number 2, approaching this as a team where both partners are all in on a healthy lifestyle. And number 3, making regular, moderate exercise a non-negotiable part of your routine. These 3 things, they are the foundation of your blueprint.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? This isn't about luck. It's about making conscious, informed choices. By putting these things first, by prioritizing them, you are actively working to ensure a successful pregnancy and giving your child the absolute healthiest start in life possible.
So, we'll just leave you with this one final thought. The blueprint is right here. It's clear, and it's backed by science. The only question left is, what are the first steps you're going to take to start building your own strong foundation?